Hey family, okay, we're back with the bread video. I got somebody with me today that's not Maestro, because Maestro decided to tell his mommy that I'm gonna have to find a stand-in. That's what he said. You're gonna have to find someone else because him and BG, his bigger brother, is playing Minecraft. So thank goodness KJ decided to help his mommy, because I am not going to be physically touching the flour because I didn't get a chance to cut my nails down. So KJ is going to do all the handiwork, and I'm not wearing gloves. More importantly, it's just for our family, so I would just do it anyway without the gloves, but I'm definitely not about to be mixing no dough with these nails. So I thank you. So this recipe, if you don't have a pencil and paper, go ahead and get one. I'm gonna try to go as slow as I can. It's a no-knead, it's a sandwich bread. And I got this off of the recipe. I downloaded it from, her name is Mary. Hi, Miss Mary, thank you. So Miss Mary's bread calls for 6 cups of flour, all purpose. We're using, I think we're using Pillsbury flour. A tablespoon of fine ground sea salt. We've already ground the sea salt. And our sea salt is a little bit yellow because I try to incorporate turmeric any chance I get. And 1 tablespoon of white sugar. Okay. I probably shouldn't have put 2.5. But I did because I know what I have an idea of what I would like the bread to taste like. Next time I'm gonna try agave, because we do have agave, or raw sugar. A 1/4 stick of butter melted. I didn't get the butter out of the deep freezer in time, so we have coconut oil, and the only coconut oil that I use predominantly is the organic cold press unrefined coconut oil. Okay. And 3 cups of warm water, which KJ already has over there waiting for us, as well as the 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry yeast, active or instant. Now, these are the brands that I had. I think I got one more too. I think I have Fleshman's up in the cabinet or the pantry. But these are the ones that were readily available. And this is the Quick Rise Red Star and the Red Star Active Dry Yeast. Now for the dry active or instant, the 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast is equivalent to just one of these packets. Okay. So it says also for the warm water. Now, if you're using temperature should be approximately like 110 degrees Fahrenheit if using active yeast, and up to 130 if you're using instant yeast. Okay, so our water is a little bit warmer. And you can test your water. Your water should probably feel like a warm baby bottle if you're gonna use the active dry yeast. Like you test if that's the closest I can think of, like lukewarm. But if you're using the active yeast, it's okay to make it a little bit warmer. Okay, so she said, go ahead and put the salt in there, honey. Just dump that, put the whole thing. That's a tablespoon of salt already ground up. And just use the rest of that that's in there. I'm not used to measuring like that. So everybody's recipe is gonna be slightly different. So you want to whisk together in a large bowl, like we have here, the flour, the salt, the sugar, and the yeast. And then you want to add water. So, I'm sorry. I broke the whisk, okay? There you go. Here, just use this. No, mix this together. And we're gonna try not to shake the table while we're, I broke both of them, actually. Both of the hand whisks. So note to self, I know I'm a little rough. Here, mix that together. Make sure you combine it really good. We're gonna have to speed this up, son.
Sorry, I don't know how fast I'm supposed to go.
And then we're going to add the water and the melted butter or oil to the bowl with the flour mixture. So we got the water, and this water has already been measured and it's still a little warm. And you're supposed to mix all the ingredients until they come together and form a wet, shaggy, or a sticky type of dough. So this is more like a wet dough for bread, not a dry one, if that makes any sense. Let me see, sweetie. Okay, this is what I want you to do this for me. Go ahead and mix that a little bit more, and then I want you to make like a well in the middle, because that's where we're gonna pour the water and the oil.
I'm sorry.
Did you just pour some flour on me, y'all? Y'all seen that, right?
I'm not used to mixing flour. I'm used to mixing.
He did it. He might have did it on purpose. I don't know.
Do it on purpose.
Okay, make a well. Okay. Gonna make a hole, like a little well. Right. Make it a little wider. So he's gonna put the coconut oil. You sit down, because we're gonna use the end of we're gonna mimic a bread mixer, and we're going to use the end of the wooden spoon. That is an old school trick I do remember. So go ahead and pour your water. That's okay. And you're gonna go ahead and start at the ends and work your way in. Go one way, honey.
One.
So he's just gonna mix this on in together. And like I said, it's gonna be
It smells like corn.
kind of sticky. Let's not play with it.
I'm trying not to. It's just that.
For video purposes. Just keep it pushing. Okay. See, the texture is changing instantly. You see that?
These won't spill out the bowl now.
and get it all together. Yeah, scrape the ends. Scrape the ends of the bowl. Let me see.
It is. I was not expecting.
Okay. I think we need just a little bit more oil. So, hold on, you guys. Can you put this in for 10 seconds, please? Not too much. But I don't want I don't want no dry bread.
We're not following
the
recipe exactly.
We're not following the recipe exactly. You're right. We're not. Okay. I'm sorry. I tried. I can't.
So like a cup and a half.
Y'all do what she say. Mix it. Mix it the way that Miss Mary said.
Just use butter.
Or you could just use butter. I would have used butter, but I got some jars on top of my deep freezer that I don't want to get to. I don't want to move it. Go ahead and pour it in there. Pour it. Pour it in there. Didn't want to pour it directly on top. So we're gonna have to make sure we mix it well.
Why don't we just use like the hand mixer?
We're not using the hand mixer because he asked me, why don't we just use the hand mixer? Which we have a hand mixer and we have a huge mixer with the attachments to it. That's not what type of recipe this is. It's like an old school grid down type of recipe.
I'm just saying it could be done for like 10 seconds.
But what if we didn't have no electricity and we was working off of a rocket stove or something?
Then we do it this way.
Then let's pretend like it. Come on. You want to use?
This reminds me of the biscuit dough.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Okay. You want to use this?
Sure.
Or continue with the...
Use this end now?
It's up to you.
I'll just use this end.
Okay. So he's going to go ahead and continue to blend the dough. And in the meantime, after he's done blending it, we're going to cover the dough with a plastic wrap or a towel. Dust it with flour so the dough will not stick to the towel. See, I knew I needed to put some extra oil on there because I don't want my dough dry. Place the bowl of dough in a warm place and allow the dough to rise for 1.5 hours if using instant yeast, or 1 3/4 hours if using active yeast. Okay,
Wait, what kind of yeast do we use?
so we used the instant yeast.
Okay, so 1 hour and 30 minutes.
We're gonna do 1 hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes if we're doing the active yeast. Okay.
Here's 15 minutes.
So he's almost done with that. And he said, I'm sorry, she says that a baker's tip is to, a warm place in your kitchen can be in an oven that is off but has the electric light or the pilot light on. An alternate warm place can be on top of the refrigerator. Watch the video, watch a video for additional tips on how to keep your dough warm as it rises. So we're in Las Vegas, and luckily it's a little warm outside already. Yeah, I feel it. It's in the mid 70s right now. So we're just going to cover it and leave it right here because this warm air blowing through. I don't have the air on. You're shaking.
Oh, sorry.
Come on over this way. Go ahead.
Yes.
So we're just going to go ahead and put that, cover this and sit it right here where I'm standing because it's a warm breeze coming through. So another thing, the loaf pans, she recommends that 8.5 by 4.5 loaf pans. These are Karkar's loaf pans, the larger ones, and I don't know how. I think these are not 8.5.
I mean,
but I could be wrong. But I don't think so. I think they're like maybe 6. So we're gonna use these anyway, and if we have any dough left, we're just gonna make 3 loaves of bread instead of 2. Okay? We will improvise. But they were nice and heavy, and Karkar, everybody's busy today. I feel like the little hen that could. No.
Isn't it the little train?
Not the little train.
Isn't it
The little hen, the little red hen. That's what I feel like. It's the little red hen. Except I got my KJ here to help me bake the bread. Because, you know, the little red hen, she gathered up the grain.
Oh, yeah.
She gathered up everything. And do you know nobody? She said she asked everybody in the village, could they help her make the bread? And do you know everybody had something to do? They was busy or no. But when the bread was done,
Everybody wanted some.
everybody in the village wanted some. Now let's see what happened when these kids start smelling the bread. Let's see who come.
It was a farm, not a village.
I thought it was.
It was on farm.
Well, maybe my version is different than yours, since I grew up in the hood of Oakland, California.
Okay.
Of deep East Oakland. Maybe my little version is different than yours.
Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe that's not the Louisiana version. The farm.
Why would a hen wander around the whole city?
I don't know. I said
What would they find?
the village, not the city. I said a village. Okay, I think he's done doing this, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and cover it up. Yeah, do it one more time on this side. Fold it in. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this up, and we'll be back in about an hour and a half. An hour and a half. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Peace.
Bye.